Velvet Sullivans lost the reservation for our office party because the person who took the reservation had been fired. There were 200 of us, the entire department. Chief started yelling, but the hostess held firm and explained that the whole bar and grill was booked for a bank St. Patrick's Day party. "Back on the bus," Chief yelled. "Back on the bus and in the cars." I was seated next to Henry in the first row. Chief was perched next to the driver, guiding him at sub-5 miles per hour speeds up La Cienega in a brute force search for any establishment with sufficient capacity. The bus was the bloated payload of the convoy, surrounded by a swarm of employee cars that blocked lanes, while passengers deboarded and sprinted through traffic to check the wait times at every possible restaurant for a party of 200. Angry commuters began to hold down horns in a continuous atonal scream. Like a battleship squeezing through a canal, the bus and its attendant motorcade plugged the street from edge to edge, pushing northward relentlessly at 1 mile per hour to avoid any number of fines we might be subject to if we halted even for a second. In a desperate bid to avoid our vile parade, trailing cars spilled into oncoming lanes, attempting illegal U-turns and sideswiping southbound traffic, leaving an impassable battlefield of accidents and insurance disputes in our wake. Our fastest scout cars fanned out into side streets, checking with 2 or 3 restaurants, then accelerating to rejoin the convoy at the next intersection. At some point in the melee, Chief had locked the driver in the bus's bathroom and taken the wheel himself. Deborah, one of the scouts, pulled up alongside us and shouted that a Mexican place 2 blocks up had a ballroom with 150-person capacity. It wasn't perfect, but it would have to do. Chief floored it to edge out a rival bus of German tourists and shot onto the winding entrance ramp of a parking structure. Still in hot pursuit, willfully blind to signage barring trucks and buses, he held his speed and began to recite the regulator's code through clenched teeth. We heard the scream of tearing metal as both sides of the bus scraped against the ramp's curved walls, emitting a shower of orange sparks until it was physically impossible for the bus to advance. With the door wedged shut against a wall and the roof's emergency exits a foot below the ceiling, we had no choice but to clamber out through half-lowered windows. The trailing throng of employee cars was suffocatingly close behind, and unable to reverse, forcing drivers to abandon their vehicles on the ramp. By the time we made it to the restaurant, the German tourists had claimed the ballroom. We ordered 400 tacos to go, and ate them mournfully. Something is going to happen in 18 days.